And wonderful to see you all there, guys and girls, and walk-ins and crawl-ins and superstars and galactic hoo-has. Welcome to the 7th day of January 2008. And we're navigating in space, keeping an eye on the planet Earth as you hopefully keep an eye on the sky. On this transmission, we're going to cut down to Danny Boy at Earth Sanctuary World Nature Centre for Project Bluestar 2000 to 2012. He's going to look at a couple of solutions and what's available today to help you and me get active and get balanced in this time of unprecedented climate change. After that, we're going to check out some millicom.com news of climatic variation around the world, look at some warnings that are happening. If we get a chance, we're going to look at some highlights of 2007 and then cut into some a couple of tunes and see how we go from there. All right, guys, without further ado, let's catch up with Danny Boy down there amongst the fun and games, and we'll see you in a few moments and go from there. Hunky dory, Merry Christmas, how you doing?
Welcome back to Earth Sanctuary World Nature Centre. Still January, the sun's beating down, and by jingoes, by crikey, it's still bloody hot. We do have the aircon running as we speak, and it is an essential area of improvement that we can all make in reducing our carbon footprint on the planet Earth. And there's our little champion, running like a champion. Look at that. It's fairly essential out here in the desert to try and keep cool, particularly if you're running a studio fed HQ centre in the middle of the desert. It is imperative it's nice to keep at least cool, particularly when our infrastructure really was designed for a different time. Tin gets hot. That's why we're going domes, I guess. We can always reduce our footprint, our carbon footprint, with just reducing our thermostat, particularly in winter. Don't have to go too hot, drop it by 2 degrees, and in summer as well, without going too cold, bring it up by about 2 degrees. And that'll save you as much as 2,000 pounds of carbon into the atmosphere. Isn't that just extraordinary? You can do that, everyone can do that. Tommy, back to the craft. I'll see you shortly, mate.
Yeah, great work there, Danny. That's just to see, great to see there's more solutions going on in cutting our CO2 emissions. And one obvious fact was just by taking the thermostat down by 1 degree, we cut another 10% off the average economic cost of our bills. Not that economics is in any way driving the changes that are required in this day and age, because unless we survive, there's no point having an economy. If we put the earth up against our economy, I reckon I know which one I'll be choosing, and that'll be maybe that little guy behind us there. All right, guys, now let's get over to the beautiful milakom.com. Check out some news and events which is occurring around the world, and if you guys get the chance, jump onto millicom.com and sort of climatic variations are occurring. Here's the site now, Project Bluestar from 2000 to 2012, and let's see what's happening for this day, being the 7th day of January 2008. Again, Indonesia, we were just saying yesterday, the magnitude of earthquakes which are occurring around the world. In Indonesia, another 6.2 magnitude undersea quake jolted eastern Indonesia today, damaging some houses and sparking panic among residents, but causing no actual deaths. As we said yesterday, let's just consider when one of these high magnitude quakes hits a very large urban area or indeed a city. In Australia, more climatic variation as record wave heights not seen in 30 years are expected along the Gulf of Carpentaria coast as a tropical low moves towards Cape York. Further in the Philippines, at least 7 minor earthquakes were recorded near Bulacan volcano in Bicol from 8 a.m. And we can't forget the likes of Mount Kilimanjaro and some of the big Indonesian volcanoes going on up there. It is just hardcore what's going on and the level of eruptions and the potential of what can occur. It will just take the arse out of the entire galaxy. More news goes to Ecuador, rumbling. rumbling in Ecuador, another volcano. It's the evacuation of at least 1,000 villages. Again, that's been going on for several months, let alone the last couple of years, where continual threats from earthquake activity are occurring. And finally, with more news to come, we've got Mexico's put on a spectacular show on Saturday, spewing out huge billowing cloud of ash and stream 8 kilometres into the sky. More news, guys, get onto millicom.com and check it out under the day of the 7th of January and find out what's going on and just how real these climatic variations are getting. Some of the planetary locations for this day. We're on about 6.5 minutes. Have a look at this screen. You can see some of the ecliptic patterns of our beautiful planets around the sun being in the centre there, if you can see that. We've actually got the wonderful Mars and as well as Earth over here occurring, and this is for a current time where Mars at the moment can be seen as soon as the sun goes down. She's a wonderful sight, and she's up there just near or in between the beautiful Taurus and Gemini. And when you have a look in that direction, also Saturn is setting at the moment. She's used to be above us at some time, but now she pretty much sets right on sundown. In the beautiful morning at about 3:30, we get the wonderful Venus, which is at its furthest eastern elongation of the sun, and not far to come now, we'll be catching up to see the beautiful Jupiter rising in the morning as it gets onto dawn, and she's a wonderful sight to see as well. So there's plenty of activity going on that front. But as for 2007, there's been some wild activities for our team. It started off with a wonderful wedding of Carson and Anissa. The Super Whites tied the knot, and we caught up with them earlier on in the year to see them in the beautiful Mount Macedon, the Victoria. As you can see up there, the beautiful motorbikes on the right, Mr. Bigwood himself, the member for Darwin, and on the bottom right there, all of us dancing like there's no tomorrow when it comes to the YMCA, and that was a great time as well. Joey on the bottom right there, looking ever so surprised about climatic variation and how insane weather is going on. Some great recordings of MILK this year, and looking at the importance of the hemp industry. One big plus was getting to the Live Earth concert over there in Sydney, and just seeing how active people are getting, how concerned people are getting about what's happening around the world and what can be done to change the CO2 emissions and to bring back a sense of equilibrium on our Earth, and that goes for the human race as well as all our animals and all our friends. Here's Super K, Special K, who was hanging out with me at the Live Earth concert. After that, we caught up with all the team, especially me, Danny and Benny, and there's Mum on the bottom right there, as we got stuck into our CS2 studies for the ambulance training in the finalisation of our quest to become paramedics, which hopefully in the year 2008 will come to a conclusion. And then it was onto the plane to get down to Melbourne and join up with the rest of the team and do some snowboarding to get to Tasmania, check out some of the old growth forest there, and also hook up with some of the team. Here we are here with Lord Bouget himself over there next to Benny Boy, and we're checking out a North Melbourne and Hawks game, trying to contain our excitement there in Tasmania. What a buzz that was. There we were as we got to the Queensland, beyond Queensland there's Darwin, as we went to the wonderful YMCA concert to impress a crowd of women to raise money for the St John ambulance team, and what an all-star lineup we were. And here we are in Queensland at the Simulation Challenge, testing our skills against the world, the likes of the United States and Japan and California and all these other dudes hanging out there, Hong Kong, and that was a wonderful experience just to see what the world standards were like in all of that. And finally, me and Joey on the motorbikes, and there's yours truly hanging out with his beautiful, beautiful stallion. All right, guys, more from that later. Signing out for this wonderful day, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care, guys. See you later.